Good day, good day. This is the most civilized savage here with you again for part 41 of the Declaration of Independence. For abolishing the free system of English laws in neighboring provinces, establishing therein an arbitrary government, and enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule into these colonies. All right. Now, no, it's hard for people to understand words like abolishing and free and laws in English, province, right? And arbitrary. Wow. Wow, you used the big word. Wow. Right? These guys wrote this 200 years ago. It's time to learn some English, I guess. But whatever. Ulatikulu. Uh, whatever floats your boat, I guess. Right? And so, for abolishing, right, the free system of English laws in neighboring province. Okay, so with this, if we translate our laws to English and we go over somewhere fucking else, are we treating them equal under our law? Our law. What about their law? What happened to their laws? What happened to their imaginary opinions that they had before you came there? Right? Just saying. They have laws too. Did you translate it to English? Did they sound all right? Were they doing all right, or were you just being a fucking asshole? But it's also 2021 now. Wow. Okay. So here's an interesting thing. What is a province, right? Because I live in a house. It's on a street. It's in a town. It's in a county. It's in a state. It's in a country. It's in a continent. It's on a planet. It's blah blah blah, blah in a solar system. It's in a galaxy. It's blah 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 blah. Right? What kind of province are we establishing laws in? Because I know people are following all the laws in all the houses. Right? We can watch our politicians break the law in other people's houses, but it's okay because they're politicians. Their assent to law is above our assent to law. Our assent to providence, right? But whatever, or self-providence. But that's probably too big a word for Americans nowadays. Anyways, so what happens when we go and fuck with another country, right? Well, ask Puerto Rico. They're pretty much dependent on us saying, yes, you can import these and no, you can't export these, right? Just saying. That would be a good example, right? Although we don't affect any of their natural laws. We only affect their import and export, which is interesting when our tax dollars go to them in interest besides, but their tax dollars come to us, so there's a catch-22, blah blah. Yeah, it for the most part seems like a good contract. Just saying, right? We treat them pretty American. We treat them pretty human. We treat them pretty equal. They say, hey, we don't want to listen to you guys. We're ruling this shit like it's our state, although it's a country, but whatever. And we are not gonna fuck with your politicians. We're just gonna fuck with our politicians because we're kind of separated by quite a bit of land and ocean and shit. Right? That seems reasonable. Right? But what about Kuwait and Iraq? Right? Why did we go there? Fucking oil. Right? Fucking nobody else was helping Kuwait. Just like nobody else was helping fucking Tibet. Just like nobody's gonna help Taiwan. Right? Like I'm just giving examples of what I think in my context from my understanding of things it is us either influencing or not influencing other provinces, right? Other areas. I can move from one state to the other, and oh my god, the laws change so much that I have to change who I am as a human because the equality isn't fair, right? Uh, Even from county to county, you can change the taxes from fucking 5% to fucking 70%. So please explain that one. But I'm not supposed to ask questions on this stuff, right? We can't ask about our neighbors, except where everyone is being asked to be a fucking snitch. Can't talk about that shit though. Yeah, and fucking y'all are fucking snitches. Right? Y'all worrying about some motherfucker when what's going on in your own motherfucking house. Well, we can't talk about that, right? You're not going to talk about that, right? Oh well. I try to leave my family stuff out of all this because guess what? This is my stuff, which is interesting because that's also my family, right? But there are different things. They had different lives. They spend what 6 hours with me a day. Just hypothetically, if I was working, sleeping, doing stuff, right? I had other obligations at small periods of time. 6 hours a day they get. Okay, that's not. I spend more time with the people I work with than the people I live with. If that means anything to anyone. But that's just fucking bullshit, right? Anyways, establishing therein an arbitrary government. Let's not talk about this shit. I'm just saying. We probably shouldn't talk about fake governments and fake legislature and fake laws and fake bullshit when fucking I don't see everyone agreeing. Right? Your laws mean shit to the fucking criminals. Just saying. Right? And so the fucking laws you put on the fucking citizens are a fucking handicap. That's not okay. You handicap us because you're fucking in charge or whatever, and that's good for you, right? You're protected by your unhandicaps. Right? But we can't talk about that either. Yeah, you can't talk about that. Okay. Anyways, so arbitrary government. What's arbitrary to you, right? Because for many people, government is arbitrary, right? They don't choose where they're born. They don't choose where all that shit, right? They don't give two fucks about the people around them because the people around them are usually trying to use them. Fair point. Everywhere you go. Right? That's not a lie. As far as I'm concerned. You know, I feel like I've been in a couple places in America. Right? Anyways. It's a whole fun thing. Like, nothing's legal if you don't get caught. Fucking ask O.J. Simpson. Wait, he got caught on something else. So does that mean whatever? Double jeopardy doesn't matter, right? And once you're prosecuted, go fuck yourself. Someone decided your fate. That's the done deal. End of discussion, right? Because we're not going to pull up nothing in the past and prosecute people for that because of our biases and ignorances. But also, we should let those people grow up into individuals, right? But only some people. And blah, 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 blah. Anyways, arbitrary government. All I'm saying is, arbitrary government is saying the government will answer all my fucking problems, but if someone kicks in my fucking door and I have a problem, there's an arbitrary moment between me and whoever kicks in my door, right? And the 15 minutes to the end of my life where, guess what? The arbitrary moment happened and the government wasn't there. Wow. That's real life, motherfuckers. Get over it, right? Fucking, I can give examples, but it's not my place to give other people's examples, right? I can give my own examples, but it's not my place. You have your own context to build upon this principle that I am talking about, right? This shouldn't be hard to understand, right? Have you ever been mistreated horribly beyond what should be acceptable in society? Well, guess what? That's where it's arbitrary, right? Your opinions don't fucking matter. Done deal. Okay. And enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example, right? Okay, so that's a lot to ooh. Okay, so enlarging, right? Well, America is a lot larger than the 13 states fucking cut up snake that Benjamin Franklin set out, right? It's a lot larger than that nowadays. It's been 250 years. Get over it, right? But we still have stuff to worry about, right? The boundaries don't matter. It's the people in the boundaries that matter, right? When people come to our borders begging to be American, yes, we will let some people in, right? But you don't let more in than you can handle, right? And we'll enlarge our boundaries, we'll enlarge our whatever. But guess what? If I keep adding people to my table, I cannot work hard enough for them all. And when people keep asking for more and more and more and more, and I keep working and sweating and bleeding, and all they do is say, can I please, can I have more and more? They don't understand it, right? So that's an interesting concept. We've enlarged our borders, but we haven't enlarged our, and we've enlarged our populace, right? When it was like 4 million people or something in the beginning of America in the 13 states, and now we're at 330 million. Think about that in retrospect. And it's been 200 and almost 250 years. All right. So we have 50 states. We have the District of Columbia. We have, thanks to the 20th Amendment, we have Puerto Rico. We have like 11 provinces and islands and just little fucking nothings. That for most of us we don't care about, right? And that's a whole nother topic. Our provinces are far range depending on the person that you are as an American, right? I guess we can talk about that another time. All right. And enlarging its boundaries, like technically Jefferson broke whatever constitution he put forth with the Louisiana Purchase, but let's not talk about that, even though I fucking love Jefferson, right? Anyways, but that's history. That's in the past. What about today? What are you doing now? Right? And that's a whole nother issue, I guess, right? So as to render it at once an example, right? What kind of example are we as America? Right? 50-50 good intentions, bad deeds. Or bad deeds, good intentions, right? It doesn't matter, right? Are you living to dream, or are you dreaming to live, or whatever the fuck? Tomato, right? So what kind of example are you? You as a person. When people come up to me with their bullshit and they say, hey, this is my problem. Well, I got an example. I'll fucking do something about it. Oh, whoa, hold it. I was just bitching. Right? You don't have to do nothing. Just fucking hear me out for a second. I just wanted to bitch for a second. Well, no, if you're not willing to stand up to your own fucking problems, then who the fuck are you? Right? And I guess that's arbitrary. That's as arbitrary as the law. But your ideals are you as a person. And you're either going to stand up for shit or you're not. Right? It's idiotic that we have to be so fucking sympathetic. Right? You want to just fucking listen to some bitch fucking cry about some goddamn garbage that... Fuck, I've never met that fucking person. They're halfway across the world. They're across the sea that they don't even understand. Right? And I have seen the people fucking suffering. Right? I have seen despotism with my own eyes. People right in front of me. Right? And some of the people I've helped have been fucking assholes. Fuck them. They can go fuck themselves. And half the other people are just trying to fucking reap from this skyscraper. Right? Eat out my worth. Right? Because they haven't done goddamn shit. Which is pathetic. And so we can talk about a lot of that, but what kind of example are you people, right? I'll show you the example I am, and it's an example of action. It's not an example of fucking bullshit, you goddamn words that you don't even fucking understand, because you can't read a goddamn book. Right? The people are too busy goddamn listening to some goddamn motherfucker that didn't read the book, but he listened to another motherfucker. Well, goddamn fuck your grapevine, goddamn give me a book. Right, we'll find the facts out. Don't tell me the phone. Right, we've literally figured out the phone is bullshit. Right, is it not? Is it? Well, it's as bullshit as our media has been, as bullshit as propaganda and fucking government and all this shit. Right, nobody says you have to do fucking nothing. Right, the only reason why suicide is illegal is because you fucking don't succeed. They can't fucking hang a goddamn dead man. Well, that's why they say, oh, well, this guy only shot these people and then he fucking shot himself. We couldn't do nothing because we're fucking... We couldn't see a fucking problem. We couldn't do fucking nothing. Right? Because you're never looking at fucking problems in the first place. Right? You're too busy worried about your goddamn self. But we can't talk about that either. Right? Fuck your charities and all your bullshit. People are not okay out in the world. And all this example shit, you want to see an example, I will show you an example that you don't want to see. Right? We have a whole fucking history of 3,000 years or some goddamn bullshit of examples. Well, technically, we have more. If you believe the examples before us and what they brought towards us, to this future that we have today, to the present and to where we are at, right? What do I know? I'm just some fucking American in fucking 2021, right? I have to listen to some fucking asshole from the fucking 50s tell me he's my fucking president when he doesn't even know goddamn what year it is. So please tell me some bullshit. Because I will tell you the reality I've seen. But unfortunately, I have to plead the fifth on a lot of things. And only in my country can I plead the fifth. Goddamn beautiful. Right? While y'all are motherfucking snitching and all that goddamn bullshit, just be a little bit smarter. Right? The politicians are a little bit smarter than half the people, which is why they get away with everything. Well, that has to fucking end. Right? Just look around you and see who's abusing who. And it's the smart people. It's the people passing the pen over the fucking sword. Because the sword is okay for a fucking boo-boo and whatever else. But the fucking pen is goddamn sending people to war. The only thing about free speech that we don't have in America is inciting violence. Well, what is inciting violence, right? What are the examples we have, right? Violence is more American than apple pie and Soul Train or some shit. Fucking, that's what Ill Bill said. Do I listen to him? Do I listen to Malcolm X? Do I listen to Martin Luther King? It's fucking Black History Month, right? They get a fucking month. A month, right? Not fucking ignorant, right? They don't even know what melanin is, half of them. So, no, they just know, oh, you're black, you vote for Biden. That's their standard. Ignorance. Right? What do I fucking call that? Fucking stupidity, but that's a difference, right? Those two words are different. Wow, who would have guessed? Okay, right? So I'm going to try and show my example, but y'all might not like it. Tough fucking cookies. It's a tough world out there. Get over it. Right? You ain't in some fucking fiction fairy tale. There's only a couple kings left. Right? The fucking queen has been alive for fucking 100 years and she's older than dirt, ready to croak. Luckily, she hasn't gotten COVID because she's in the fucking kill range. Let's not talk about that. Right? Because most people aren't. Let's not talk about that. Okay. Examples. And fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule into these colonies. Alright, so when people bring their bullshit here, I don't want to hear it. Right? So let's say you can't be president of the United States for any fucking reason. Right? I probably don't want to hear your bullshit. Right? Let's say you don't have a real social security number in the year 2021. I don't want to hear your bullshit. You're not American. There is a line in the fucking sand that says you are or aren't American, and if you aren't American, I don't want to hear your bullshit. Is that so hard to understand? It shouldn't be. Right? But what do I know? I'm living in a life of luxury and my fucking wonderful capitalism. I'm working hard, enjoying life. I have a couple things to bitch about. I pay taxes for no fucking reason to ungrateful sons of bitches, right? I fucking... Yeah, there's a lot. Anyways. But the rule into these colonies. Well, what are the rules of these colonies, right? People are spreading here and there and they're going everywhere, and the cities are leaving the cities because they're like, oh, hey, we fucked up. Let's go here and fuck up here, right? So that's interesting, but hey, we have to accept that because nobody's moving to the cities, and the people in the cities have money for nothing, but we can't talk about that either, and blah, 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 right? But what do I know? I'm just a guy. Just some fucking American, right? And so these rules that I've never heard of, foreign and whatever, domestic, right? They're all over the place, right? You go into a county, you can't do this. You go into a state, you can't do this. You go here and there, you can't do this. Which is fine, right? If you come into my house, I have rules in my house, right? So I can understand there being public rules, regulations. Maybe if you want to use this, it costs maintenance fee, right? But where's the end? To what extent, right? And if we don't agree on all the rules, okay, then what happens, right? Even if I was born in your society and your culture and I say I want to alter or abolish it, right? What are the rules at that point? What can I decide for myself as a personal governance of myself, right? When I no longer need help. The benefit of my country is no longer needed. I'm wondering what my government needs from me. And they're like, hey, I got my thumb up my ass. We haven't been doing shit for fucking 100 years besides feeding our own pockets. Right? What am I supposed to do about that? Anyways, the laws are bullshit. They're just words on fucking paper. I've never seen fucking paper say, hey, you can't punch a motherfucker, because guess what? I've been punched. I haven't seen the fucking law say, hey, you can't murder someone, because I've seen people murder someone. I haven't seen the fucking laws that say that actually acted like they were some sort of fucking god, right? And I've seen people get away with a lot of fucking wreckage of these fucking paper thin fucking black and white laws, right? Discrimination of, well, or discretion is the word I was looking for, of the law is a deal, and people do that, and that's fine, right? But then is the law really equal? And is it really just? And that is a question for morality, and I have none of that. Fuck that. Because guess what? The real world isn't moral. It's a cycle of actions and reactions that y'all need to get over it. Y'all pussy fucking footing over some goddamn bullshit from fucking 10 years ago, 3 months ago. You always worried about the next big thing. You haven't even solved fucking 18 fucking million of your other problems. Oh well. It'll be okay. Okay? Right? So when I say, hey, hold up, I think this is a bad investment, well, can't talk about that, right? And this absolute rule, well, I haven't seen it, right? Because absolute rules by a tyrant, right? But there's also tyranny in the rules set forth that they will enforce if found to be nonfiction through evidence in the courts, which you should get a jury of your peers, which you can say whatever you want of your peers. That's opinionated, blah, 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 opinions and assholes, blah, blah, blah. Right? Whatever. Anyways, this is part 41. Hopefully you learned something about, like, English law. Like, it's opinionated. Right? I'll give you an example. This is a current example I fought with my wife over it yesterday, I think. Right? Britney Spears came up, and she's like, she has a fucking guardianship because she was acting crazy back in the day or some shit, right? And that's fine. Okay. Whatever. She was deemed unfit. Well, when does she get to be deemed fit again, right? She has a lot of money. Oh, you're robbing from that, so you don't care? Okay. She wants to get a lawyer, which, okay, she wants her own lawyer, not a court-appointed lawyer. Which, okay, so if a child comes to a lawyer and is like, hey, pro bono, I need your help because I need an adult with X amount of experience to help me because I am being abused or this or that or whatever, that lawyer, being a person of higher authority, higher district, having been given an oath and etc., right, should be able to say, yes, I can help you without anyone having to interfere. Is that understandable, right? My woman is telling me, hey, Britney Spears, she can't go get a lawyer because her dad owns her or some bullshit. I'm like, she's like 40. It doesn't matter, blah, 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 blah. Now her sister owns her or some shit, I don't even know. I'm like, oh, fuck, well, guess what? I don't care. Who the fuck is this bitch? Does anyone own you? Alright. I'm fighting that shit for you too, right? I understand her grief, right? Where are you on this whole topic? And so that's interesting as well, right? She has the right to go say, hey, I need help from a lawyer. Everybody does. And it doesn't have to be a court-appointed lawyer. Wow. Who would have guessed that you don't have to get the person working for the system to help you? You can appoint yourself. Even a child can appoint itself. Right? If given under certain parameters and obligation, right? We have people that fucking graduate fucking like college and shit or high school at fucking 12. It's fucking incredible. And yet we hold everybody to the same general examples, even though we have broad spectrums of examples. Although that's a whole nother topic in itself, right? But spectrums are fucking gay. Oh, I meant happy. They're very fucking happy. Anyways, yeah, I'm done with this. Y'all have a good one, guys. Fucking peace out.